On 3rd down and 8, Stroud back to throw. Taking a deep shot again for Collins. Adjustment! Was he in bounds? Yes! Collins delivers! Stroud to the air, throwing, touchdown! Dalton Schultz! Too easy for Houston.
C.J. Stroud delivered a performance that said everything without needing fireworks. Against the Las Vegas Raiders, he stayed calm, controlled the game, and made the right plays when they mattered most. The 23-21 win wasn't flashy, but it was powerful. Houston extended its win streak, tightened its grip on the AFC South race, and showed real growth. Stroud proved he doesn't need chaos to dominate, just poise, precision, and confidence when the pressure is highest. This wasn't about flashy numbers. It was about control, leadership, and executing when it mattered most. In recent weeks, C.J. Stroud has evolved from a gunslinger into a true game manager, but not in a bad way. Against the Raiders, he went 23 for 35, throwing for 187 yards and 1 touchdown. More importantly, he protected the ball. 0 interceptions, 0 fumbles. His lone touchdown pass came in the 4th quarter when he found Dalton Schultz wide open in the end zone for a 1-yard score. That play capped off a critical drive that featured a big 30-yard run from Nick Chubb and a key pass interference call that moved the Texans to the 2-yard line. Stroud didn't force throws. He took what the defense gave him, moved the chains, and leaned into his supporting cast. That's what franchise quarterbacks do. It wasn't just the smart plays that stood out, it was the absence of mistakes. In a game decided by inches and penalties, Stroud's discipline made the difference. Before Stroud even threw a touchdown, the defense gave Houston a spark. With just over 10 minutes left in the first quarter, cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. picked off Geno Smith and returned it 31 yards for a touchdown. It was the perfect tone setter for a Texans team that needed early momentum. That play not only energized the crowd at NRG Stadium, but also gave Houston the confidence to stay aggressive early. The pick six came off a mistimed throw intended for rookie Ashton Jeanty, who had been a threat all game. Stingley's red and reaction reminded everyone why he's a key piece in the Texans secondary moving forward. Ka'imi Fairbairn played a massive role in this game, hitting field goals from 55, 50, and 49 yards. With the offense struggling to finish drives early on, Fairbairn's leg kept the Texans ahead and provided just enough separation to keep the Raiders chasing. By halftime, Houston led 13-7, and while the Raiders briefly took the lead in the 3rd quarter, the Texans quickly answered. Fairbairn nailed a 49-yarder to make it 16-14 before Stroud's TD pass to Schultz pushed the lead to 23-14. Fairbairn's consistency this season has been crucial in close games. In matchups like this, where touchdowns are rare, having a reliable kicker gives a team a clear edge. His performance is quietly becoming one of the most underrated aspects of Houston's success. The Las Vegas Raiders may be buried in the standings at 2-13, but they didn't roll over. Rookie running back Ashton Jeanty nearly stole the show. He racked up 128 rushing yards on 24 carries, including a jaw-dropping 51-yard touchdown run where he broke a tackle and outran the secondary. Jeanty also had a 60-yard touchdown reception earlier in the 3rd quarter, making him one of the few bright spots for the Raiders in an otherwise disastrous season. He joined Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey as the only rookie running back since 1970 to notch 5 receiving touchdowns. His second score cut the Texans' lead to just 2 points with over 5 minutes left. Jeanty's emergence offers some hope for the Raiders' future, even as their current campaign spirals. His burst, vision, and balance suggest he could be a foundational player for years to come. What happened next was arguably the most important moment of Stroud's performance. Houston faced a daunting 3rd and 20 deep in their own territory. The game was on the line, and just when it looked like Las Vegas might get the ball back, with great field position, Stroud stayed calm. Darian Porter was flagged for pass interference on Nico Collins, giving the Texans a crucial first down. On the very next play, Stroud connected with Collins again for a 24-yard gain. That was the dagger. The Texans ran out the clock and walked away victorious. Stroud didn't just manage that moment, he owned it. It was the kind of sequence that doesn't show up in highlight reels but wins games. Dalton Schultz's touchdown catch was more than just a score, it was historic. That reception marked his 75th of the season, breaking the Texans' single-season record for catches by a tight end, previously held by Owen Daniels, 70 in 2008. Schultz finished the day with 5 catches, continuing his reliable presence in Stroud's safety net. When Houston needs a first down or a red zone target, Schultz is almost always the guy. Beyond the numbers, Schultz's leadership has been critical. As one of the veterans on a young roster, he brings professionalism, poise, and trust, the kind of qualities a developing quarterback like Stroud needs in his go-to targets. While the offense did just enough, the defense held up its end too. They limited the Raiders to just 315 total yards, an improvement considering Las Vegas had failed to reach even 275 yards in their previous 6 games. Beyond Stingley's pick 6, the Texans were able to pressure Geno Smith throughout the game, forcing him to settle for checkdowns and low-risk plays. It wasn't a perfect defensive performance, but it was timely and disciplined. Houston's defense has been quietly building momentum. With second-year players stepping up and a strong rotation in the front 7, this unit is proving they can complement the offense in meaningful ways down the stretch. Not everything went smoothly for Houston. Linebacker Jake Hansen left the game in the first quarter with a chest injury and did not return. Tackle Ariante Ursary exited in the fourth with a hand injury. Despite these setbacks, the Texans continued to battle. Their depth was tested, and the team passed that test by making adjustments and staying focused on the task at hand. D'Amico Ryans and his coaching staff deserve credit for their adaptability and preparation. With the playoffs nearing, having a team that can adjust mid-game and keep composure under adversity is a massive asset. What makes this performance so impressive is the maturity Stroud showed. In earlier weeks, he might have tried to win the game with hero throws, but this time, he trusted the game plan, leaned on his defense, and executed with discipline. Stroud is proving he's not just a highlight reel rookie, he's developing into a quarterback who can win in multiple ways. That versatility will be critical as the Texans make their playoff push. With Jacksonville still holding the top spot in the division, Houston knows every game counts. Stroud's ability to adapt and win in different styles is what separates him from most young quarterbacks. He's now showing traits of a franchise cornerstone: calm in pressure, quick decision-making, and a deepening connection with his core weapons. It's not just exciting, it's sustainable. Now at 10-5 with a 7-game win streak, the Texans are one of the hottest teams in football. They're 1 game behind the Jaguars, but with 2 weeks left, anything is possible. What this win showed is that Houston can grind out close games, the kind of games they'll face in January. They didn't need 400 passing yards or explosive plays to win. They needed poise, execution, and CJ Stroud delivered both. With a balanced roster and growing belief, Houston isn't just a team to watch, they're a team to fear. CJ Stroud didn't just beat the Raiders, he dismantled them mentally, with patience, with precision, and with leadership. He finished with 187 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and no turnovers. More than the stats, it was how he controlled the game that stood out. He showed the league he's not just here for big plays, he's here to win. And the Texans, they're not just a feel-good story anymore, they're a problem. With a surging defense, a clutch kicker, a trusted tight end, and a maturing quarterback, Houston is building something real. And CJ Stroud is the engine behind it all.